What's up, everybody? Welcome to In Love with Horror, your destination for all things horror. And this is your midweek horror news update, y'all. We got a lot to cover in this update. In this update, we'll be discussing an update on the new Netflix series coming from Joko Anwar. We got Radio Silence and Project X Entertainment teaming up with MRC. We got a new game adaptation coming from David Sandberg. Exciting one right there, y'all. We got the first look at Sting, a new spider creature feature. Wednesday, season 2 gets an update. Another public domain character is getting a horror movie. And last, of course, we'll be giving you a horror movie casting update. That's all coming up, so stay tuned.
All right, so first up, we did get a first look from Joko Anwar for his new Netflix project titled Nightmares and Daydreams. Yep. So Joko Anwar, he's the same writer and director behind Satan's Slaves 1 and 2. And I've never seen them, but I've heard a lot about them.
Yeah, I've never seen them either. I think I've just seen like the thumbnail or whatever, but never actually seen the films.
But they got good reviews. So definitely probably have to check those out at some point. But yeah, so we get a look into what's coming. So he tweeted out this image. It's very dark and eerie. And then you got these like red upside down triangles across. Are they on people?
Yeah, it looks like they're on the backs of people's cloaks.
Okay,
or something
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, so it looks super creepy. Well, the project was first announced like a couple years ago, back on Deadline, when Netflix was like letting people know that they were going to be working, doing some Indonesian inspired, projects, and this was on the list of that. That list. Also in that article, they shared that Nightmares and Daydreams has multiple storylines about ordinary people encountering strange phenomena and shows that there isn't necessarily a rational explanation behind every occurrence.
Yeah,
so this
premise.
is going to be a series and it does sound like it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, the premise is great. And one thing you didn't really mention for any of our listeners who just listen to the audio podcast is on that image, those cloaked figures are sitting almost what looks like a sanctuary type of setting. And it's got this red hue across the image. And then they're kneeling down and looking towards two kind of like Lovecraftian horror looking creature things. It's statues of those. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's what they're like worshiping.
Right.
But it looks super creepy and it gave me that like Lovecraft type of vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the premise sounds super dope, especially like the everyday, ordinary people encountering like weird things. We see that a lot in like current day people encountering the UFOs.
Right.
A lot of weird, strange, like even if it's fake stuff, like the Miami Mall, shadow alien things, like,
the lady on the airplane.
Yeah. It's like that motherfucker back there is not real. So I mean, so I think this fits kind of what's going on in current society. I'm sure they'll pull from things like that. They should make an episode with the lady from the airplane. And like,
for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that really should be made into something.
I mean, or just like a short, almost like a Twilight Zone type of thing or something like that.
Because that was so creepy.
But I definitely need to go back and watch. We need to watch the Satan Slaves for sure.
Yeah.
But the premise alone has me excited to,
me too.
to
and
definitely see what
image
this is about.
Super
the
cool.
image is super creepy. So I'm hoping that the show matches the vibe of that image, because that image was crazy creepy. But y'all let us know how excited are you for this new project called Nightmares and Daydreams from Joko Anwar. Are you hyped for it? Did you see the image? What do you think about that? Let us know down in the comments below. Now, next we got Radio Silence and Project X Entertainment teaming up with MRC to produce horror films, y'all. So this is coming to us from Variety. So Radio Silence Productions and Project X Entertainment, who are both behind the relaunching of the Scream franchise, are forming a joint financial pact with studio MRC, and they're going to fund and produce horror and thriller features, y'all. Now, right now, it looks like they're planning to do, or at least aims to produce 2 to 3 features annually. So, hey, we always up for more horror films, 100% always up for that. They're actually going to be announcing their initial slate of projects here pretty soon. But this is definitely exciting. Of course, they got the Radio Silence has their film coming out, Abigail, which we did a trailer reaction to via Universal. That movie looked kind of interesting. But of course, we like Scream 6. They worked on Scream 5 as well. They worked on Ready or Not. So I think this is definitely awesome. Like, props to them for being able to, find a team to partner with to just get more horror films out there. Now, they also went on to, let me bring up the quote here. Now, because Radio Silence did comment on this, and they said in that quote, to be able to formalize our alliance with Project X and work with the studio and MRC that champions original and fresh films couldn't be more exciting to us as storytellers. The partnership would create projects that, quote, prioritize creativity and storytelling over larger budgets, according to a statement from MRC. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely hyped for this. How are you feeling about this, man?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, props to them for teaming up and getting the opportunity to expand. I think Radio Silence, and I'm not familiar with Project X's like their individual selves, but I know seen their projects that they've done with Radio Silence, so I know that they can put together some good stuff. So that's exciting that we'll get even more. Plus, I'm just rooting for the little guys. You know, that's my absolutely. Thing right there. So
it's always an inspiring story. People get to come up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So 100%. But we're definitely excited for this partnership, y'all. We're excited to see what comes out of this. I mean, and then always more horror films is welcome, especially if they're going to try to do 2 to 3 a year. That's dope, y'all. But y'all let us know how excited you are for this partnership down below, and we'll keep you keep you updated as these projects get announced. We'll definitely make a video about it. So make sure you subscribe to stay up to date and tuned into that. But drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, our next story, y'all, this is super exciting. David F. Sandberg is coming back to horror with a new adaptation of Until Dawn. So, of course, we're big David Sandberg fans. He got started on YouTube, making the shorts, making dope little shorts. Yeah. And then went on to actually, direct a feature-length film based off one of his shorts, which was Lights Out. Then he went on to do Annabelle Creation, which is one of my favorite films in the Conjuring franchise. And then he, went off to do the Shazam films, which that's awesome that he was able to do those.
Oh yeah,
I thought the first one was okay. Never saw the second one, but definitely want him to come back to the more tight.
You've been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, because these superhero films, like, they can be cool, but I feel like his bread and butter is the horror. Like, these like nice tight horror movies. 'Cause I feel like both his horror films are better than his Shazam films. At least the first one. Never saw the second one. So according to The Hollywood Reporter, y'all, Sandberg will be directing a new game adaptation for Until Dawn. It's being brought to us from Screen Gems and also PlayStation Productions, which all falls under Sony. Now, along with this, we reported that Gary Dauberman, this is like either last week or a couple weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah.
That Gary Dauberman, he had the what was it, like the first look deal, right? With
Screen Gems.
Yeah, with Screen Gems. That's right. He's actually doing a pass on the script right now. So he's like revising it and further developing the script. There's no other details on the plot or anything like that. All that was mentioned from Screen Gems is that it's going to be an R-rated love letter to the horror genre, centering on an ensemble cast. Now, if you're familiar with Until Dawn, that was a game that was made by Supermassive. They make all of these like kind of like horror movie-esque video games where the point of the game is more on the narrative and the story and choices you make to try to keep characters alive versus the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
But they're very like visually impressive games. Like, they look like real life, look like movies. They're all horror based, like The Quarry, all the Dark Pictures anthology games, all really cool games. And I believe Until Dawn was their first big one that they dropped back on PS4. But I never got a chance to play it because, I think by that point I had sold my PS4.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
But I always heard that the game was really good.
Yeah.
And they went on to make a lot of other games in this style. But the game is like slasher style. Like, there's a slasher who's like picking off some, I believe it's just like some young adults at like a cabin or something like that. But it's going to be interesting to see, David Sandberg take on like a slasher film, because essentially what Until Dawn is a slasher.
Okay, so see, that changes it for me because I didn't realize it was a slasher.
Oh well, yeah.
So I'm wondering like how he would take that and what he would make it into, I guess.
Yeah, because the game, it features like a villain. I can't remember exactly what kind of mask he has on. I believe he has on some kind of mask, and he's like picking people off, and it's very much like slasher-esque. I can't speak to the end of the game. I don't know if it goes in some other direction, but at least the marketing had it like a slasher type of film, essentially.
Gotcha.
But in the game form. So I'm definitely excited. I'm sure like you're excited just from like the David Sandberg standpoint.
Yeah, for sure. I like all his stuff. So
right.
Well, I never seen Shazam. I like his horror stuff.
Right, 100%. Yeah, and his horror shorts are always super dope. And he also offers like a lot of cool like behind the scenes things on his YouTube channel that's really dope. Like if you like behind the scenes stuff, check out his YouTube channel, because he kind of never forgot like where he came from. So like he even for his big films would talk about them on his YouTube channel sometimes, which I thought was just super dope. But we're super excited for David Sandberg to return back to horror, y'all. So let us know what y'all are thinking right now. How hyped are you for him to come back? Are you hyped about an Until Dawn adaptation? I feel like video game adaptations lately have been pretty good. The Last of Us was super dope.
Well, that's a show. Movie wise though, game adaptations for movies. I'm surprised you thought that they were good.
I'm looking at it from like a PlayStation production standpoint.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I want to say they worked on Twisted Metal. I never watched that, but I know it's a PlayStation game. I can't say specifically PlayStation production worked on it, but then we got The Last of Us. That was PlayStation production as well.
That was really good.
So it seems like they kind of have an understanding of how to approach like the films and kind of make an adaptation that works really well. And with them having like an ensemble cast, like it seems like they have a good understanding and have a good like plan. Obviously, will they execute on it well? I don't know, but based off the shows that they've made, like, it's a possibility that it could go good.
Yeah.
This isn't like Universal and how they just, make throwaway shit. It's not like that. But y'all let us know down in the comments below, how hyped are you for this and David Sandberg's return? Let us know if you think they'll make a direct, translation from the game to the film in terms of the story of Until Dawn. And then let us know if you think we should play it, because we never played it. It might be worth revisiting. I think they did a re-release on PS5, but drop all your thoughts down in the comments below, y'all.
All right, next up, we have another first look. We got some images for a new movie called Sting, which is like a spider creature feature, which I'm not looking forward to watch because I don't like spiders.
Yeah, the images made it kind of like, seeing that spider, that's weird.
Super weird. But this film is being written and directed by Krishna Roach Turner and stars Ryan Kaur from House of the Dragon, Alila Brown from Furiosa, the Mad Max saga. Okay. Yep. Penelope Mitchell, and I haven't seen that. I know you have, so I don't know how to say that name. But Penelope Mitchell from Hellboy. Oh, that was a good movie. Robin Nevin from Relic and Jermaine Fowler from The Blackening, who was the first person I recognized when I looked at the images.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the images, but in the image, he's like he looks like he's like exterminator or something like that. Enough, But yeah, so I was like, go ahead, Jermaine. But yeah, so the synopsis is that there's this mysterious object that falls from the sky and it lands inside this apartment building, and it's really an egg, and inside the egg is a spider.
Yep.
Now, the article that I got this from was Bloody Disgusting. They're the ones who got this exclusive, first look at these images. And in the article, it kind of tells you what happens. So basically, this little girl named Charlotte finds the spider. They create some kind of bond. She's like, got home problems. So she has no one else but this spider to kind of like befriend. Right. And then the spider starts picking off like pets and people in the apartment. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until, ultimately they're going to try to destroy it. But Charlotte's kind of like the only one who can stop the spider from killing everybody. So, but yeah, what did you think about the images?
Yeah, I thought the images were creepy, especially the one with the spider that was like, hanging right over I'm assuming the main protagonist.
Probably, yeah.
I like the shots of just like the characters, seeing, Jermaine and like the pest control.
Yeah, he looks so cool.
That was cool. And there was one shot where there's two characters. It looks like one of them is the girl were like really bloody. So I was like wondering like
what happened.
Does the spider get so big that it turns into like a monster like creature
That's
feature?
How I'm assuming.
Yeah.
If it's eating whole people and stuff like that, I'm thinking that's probably what happens.
Big as hell, like take over like a whole bedroom, or something like that.
Yeah,
I just hope they have I just hope that they have like a scene where he walks in and be like, "That's a big ass spider," or something
that
funny
would
like
be
that.
really
That'd
funny.
Be kind of funny. Yeah.
But yeah, so the cool thing about this is that their use of practical effects. So the article does mention that the main the company that is doing the practical effects is called the Weta Workshop. And the creator behind this team, he actually did the effects on Lord of the Rings trilogy and Blade Runner, which are all really great movies. So
they all got great special effects in it. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so it looks very interesting, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be watching this because Jermaine Fowler is in it.
For the support.
Yes, definitely, because I do not do spiders, y'all. I don't like regular, like small, tiny spiders. So I don't want to watch a giant spider.
It's gonna be crazy, man. That arachnophobia. That's like, if you got arachnophobia, I'm sure you could be able to watch this film. Like,
see, I don't have like a extreme phobia, but they give me like creepy crawly
get on your
feeling.
skin type. Yeah. Well, y'all, that is all about Sting. Y'all let us know down in the comments below, like, how excited are you for this, upcoming creature feature? Did you see the images? What were you thinking about those? Drop all your thoughts down in the comments below. So next up, it's all about Wednesday season 2, y'all, and that it'll be leaning into horror a little bit more, according to Jenny Ortega. So, during the Emmys, so they just had the Emmys, Jenny Ortega was interviewed, and of course she was asked about Wednesday season 2. No surprise. But what she had to say was kind of interesting. She said that, and I quote, "I've received some scripts now for the second season, and we're definitely leaning into a little bit more horror." And she also added, quote, "Everything is bigger. It's a lot more action packed. I think each episode will probably feel a little bit more like a movie, which is nice." So, not a whole lot of information,
right.
but I don't think either one of us have watched Wednesday, so I don't know how much horror is in the first season, but it seems like they're going to, kind of up the ante with this one. And the fact that it's going to feel bigger, I guess it's no surprise because, season 1 became massive. It was a super hit. Everyone was talking about this show. So it doesn't shock me that they're going to put, probably the more money at it, bigger production values, probably longer episodes, because we saw that with the most recent season of Stranger Things. Where them episodes were long as hell. I'm talking an hour and a half, 2 hour plus episodes. So it very much could be the case that every episode is like a movie. It's an hour and a half long, which is cool with me. I don't know if I watch the show or not, but I do like when shows have longer episodes. Like, that's one reason why I kind of hate watching Disney Plus shows.
You do.
Sometimes.
You complain about
because I'm like,
man,
why is the
was so
episode
short.
so damn short? Like, we didn't have no time to like dive into anything.
Yeah,
because the episodes are so damn short.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they be doing over there, but I definitely prefer like the HBO Max, the Netflix like way of doing things, even Hulu, where it's like give the episode like a lot of time to breathe, so you can really build up like your characters. That's what's cool about a series is you spend more time with characters that actually like build them up. You get the deep dive. Where a movie you get kind of in there, but with a series you go all the way in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, how do you plan on going and watching season 1?
I do plan on watching it. I just haven't, so much stuff to watch.
It's a lot. It's a lot to watch.
We are currently watching True Detective. I have to talk about it really quickly. So stuff like that gets me excited, I guess, a little bit more than Wednesday. But I know a lot of people loved it, so I do plan on watching. Our Otis watched it. She told us that it was good. So,
okay.
That kind of also makes me feel like there wasn't a lot of like horror in it because she's not like into horror.
True.
At all.
Everything scare her.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So she did to us. So I imagine there wasn't a lot if she watched it and enjoyed it. So, but yeah, I do plan on watching something for sure.
Well, y'all, so Wednesday season 2 apparently it's going to be a little bit more scary and also be bigger and like a movie. So y'all let us know, how hyped are you for that upcoming news? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below.
So the creators behind Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and the new coming soon Bambi the Reckoning have another movie on their slate upcoming with another character. Can you guess what it is? Pinocchio. Yep. I was like, what in the world? Yep. But yeah, so they have a new film coming soon called Pinocchio Unstrung.
Yep. I feel like, all their titles, like play into what the character is.
Exactly.
He's a puppet, so he's got string. Like,
I was like, wow, they're going to come up with something. But Bloody Discuss got another first look exclusive from Jagged Edge Productions, who's the production team behind the movie. They said that there's going to be a teaser drawing and some other stuff in the end credits of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. So they're going to be even more unannounced characters as well.
Yeah, because they're building like a whole universe.
Yes.
Apparently. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, with that being said, are they connecting the characters in some way, or if they're just making?
I wouldn't be surprised because they might do like an Avengers level film where it's like Bambi, Winnie the Pooh,
everybody gonna team up at some
everybody
point.
Teams up to go ham on some people or something like that.
It's so funny. But yeah, there's no plot details right now, but it will go into production this summer and expecting a theatrical release later this year. But yeah, so the image, there's they have like a logo image, but then they have this drawing of like Winnie the Pooh of Pinocchio, and he does look really creepy. Like he's in his puppet wooden form, but then his nose is long, but it looks really like
he has like a weird smile.
Yeah, he looks super weird.
Yeah, the nose more like a tree branch.
Yeah, like a
got
tree
all
branch.
These thorns and stuff on it, and he just looks real like lanky and like he on some cocaine or something like or some crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
he's
and his
made
ears
from a
are
tree
even more
without
like
sap or something.
Yeah, his ears even more like orc-ish.
Oh yeah,
elfish.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I'm interested in what the unannounced characters would be. They're also going to be doing sketch drawings with these as well. Yep. So these will all be like sketch designs. Yep. But yeah, I wonder what the other ones are going to be.
I mean, they're going to cover all the bases. Anything that's available in the public domain, they're going to do them all. Yeah, they're going to do them all. Well, at some point.
Well, that's basically what that was about.
Well, y'all let us know your thoughts about Pinocchio Unstrung, and also Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. Are you excited for that release? Are you going to be looking at the credits to pinpoint, who in the universe might show up next? What film might be coming out next? And do you think they'll do like an Avengers level film where they'll just combine all these people together and then make like a massive like childhood characters horror film, slasher film? We're going ham on everybody.
They've escaped the fairy tale land or something.
Something crazy. But y'all let us know what y'all thinking down in the comments below. For the last section of our midweek horror news update, y'all, it's all about casting. So we got one big horror movie casting update for you, and that's that Marlon Wayans is going to be starring in Goat from Universal and Monkeypaw Productions. Now, Justin Tipping, who worked on some episodes of Black Monday, The Shy, and Dear White People, is directing a sports-themed horror film called Goat under Universal Pictures and Monkeypaw Productions. Now, in this article, it said that Monkeypaw is producing this film based off a spec script from Zach Ackers and Skip Bronke, and we actually looked them up, and they make up a duo called Two Up Productions, known for the Facebook series Limetown. Are you familiar with Limetown? Do you know anything about that?
I know it was a big hit. Jessica Biel was in it.
Okay.
But I didn't watch it personally.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It was well received and watched. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, apparently Deadline reported on this when MP first got a hold, Monkeypaw first got a hold of the script back in 2022, and it was actually a competitive bidding war for the script. So it sounds like that the script must be pretty decent. Now, the article in Deadline went on to say that Goat was centered on a promising young athlete who was invited to train with the team's retiring star. And that's pretty much all it said. So, we're trying to come up with theories, and I was like, okay, maybe he goes and hangs out with this retiring star, and he's doing some weird conspiracy type shit where he's worshiping the devil, sacrificing goats.
Oh wow!
Babies and shit like
goat.
That.
To become the goat.
Right, to be the best, you gotta do some fucked up stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking possible. That's the route, because it's a horror film. So I'm like, okay,
yeah.
If he's going to go train with somebody, a retiring star, the only way that this could turn to horror is if the star is doing some real crazy stuff, or he's like, hey, you want to be the best? This is what you gotta do. Something crazy.
Yeah.
Some sacrificial stuff, or
like that episode you told me about.
Which one?
On American Horror Story.
So
with the pills.
Oh, that was on a double feature. Yeah,
okay.
So on the season of double feature, on the kind of Vampire-esque season, they had to take a pill to if you were creative, it boosted your creative ability. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it could go down. It could be something unique like that. Because I thought that concept in that season was super unique. But overall, what do you think about Marlon Wayans being cast, and then the idea for this Goat film?
Well, I don't know. Like you said, we have to be very speculative about what this movie could be. Sports themed horror movie is really I don't know. What could you do with this?
Right.
But then I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking actually. But Marlon Wayans, I like him as
a lot of Netflix stuff too, right?
But I'm wondering how he's gonna do, because I'm assuming this would take a more serious tone. I don't know if it
horror
will.
film, so you have to be serious to some degree. It didn't say horror comedy, so
it didn't say horror comedy, but that's what I think about when I think about Marlon. You know what I'm saying? I think about comedies. He's only done a selective few of serious roles.
Yeah,
and I don't know, the stuff I've seen him in, I just feel like he's such a funny person. So I'm just wondering how he's going to be in this. But obviously, they must think he's a good fit.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe he'll take the Adam Sandler style, Renaissance, where Adam Sandler's been in, he's in Uncut Gems, which was super dope, and he's got that weird spaceman movie coming out that seems very serious.
Is that serious? It's a talking spider.
Yeah, no, that's serious. Look at his demeanor and tone. There was no
yes.
comedic elements in that film at all.
No.
Or in that trailer.
It was a trailer. Right. I know. But I just wonder how serious can you take it when it's
Well, I'm saying his role is serious.
Yeah, yeah.
He's playing a very dramatic role.
Yeah.
And his emotions and missing his wife and grief.
Well, yeah. All
what
that
he's going
stuff,
through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more speaking to the fact that
I'm just saying we don't know if there's any comedy in that.
No, I'm speaking to the serious drama aspect though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I don't care if the film itself, I'm talking about just Adam Sandler's role and his other dramatic roles that he's had.
Mm-hmm.
He's had this kind of, Renaissance era. And he's still doing some comedy stuff, but he's had this era where he's done a lot more drama stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them have been really good. So I'm saying Marlon Wayans might go that route.
What has been really good that you've seen him in doing drama wise?
Uncut Gems, the first one.
I've
comes
never
to mind.
seen that.
Like that was really good. I actually thought that was really, really good. He was really good in that film too.
Okay. I've never seen that.
Yeah, check that one out. That's good. But y'all let us know down in the comments. What are y'all thinking about
I think you didn't tell what you thought about Marlon's select.
I mean that's I guess that's what I'm getting at is like, maybe he can do really good at it. Like, if it's like Adam Sandler and he can still pull out some very dramatic stuff, I don't recall seeing him in anything that was, a more serious role. Nothing personally that comes on mind instantly. So like you, I'm like, okay, now we're gonna see him do like a serious role. I'm sure he's done others. I don't recall him seeing him in those roles. So I can't say if he was good or bad in those. But hey, maybe it's his time to show up and do serious roles and go and be really good so he can get other, serious roles and have his era of like, big serious movies. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm thinking. Y'all let us know down in the comments. What are y'all thinking about this casting choice? And what do you think about this new film, Goat, and the concept? Because a sports horror film, at first it sounds weird, but
it does a little bit.
But they might be able to come up and, especially if they're bidding off the script, it's got to be a crazy script,
gotta be good.
A very unique and creative idea. So y'all let us know what y'all are thinking down in the comments below. Well, that'll do it, y'all, for this midweek horror news update. Y'all let us know down in the comments below which story are you excited about the most, and if there's a story that we missed, drop that down in the comments below too, because we'd love to discuss that with you. Make sure you like this video, you share it. Make sure you go check us out over on Patreon. Then, of course, subscribe to stay up to date on all things horror. Until next time, peace.